Grace and peace to you. It's good to be with you again. Your promise word for the month of February is John 15, verse 5, where Jesus says, I am the vine, and you are the branches. Abide in me, and I will abide in you, and you will bear much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. Now, this is the last of the 7 I am statements that Jesus makes in the book of John. And in this statement, it's interesting, he's referencing back to the Old Testament because the people of Israel were often called God's vineyard. Okay? Jesus is saying, I'm the new vineyard, I'm the vine. And whereas the people of Israel did not bear fruit, matter of fact, they failed, I bear fruit and I've succeeded. I've done what they were supposed to do. Jesus fulfilled Israel's calling and Israel's purpose. He is the fullness of Israel. So he's the vine. Now, he said, I'm the vine and you're the branches. And that tells us that, see, the vine is the main root, where all the nourishment flows into the branches. In other words, Jesus is our nourishment. You remember when we talked about him being the bread of life? Well, he's our bread of life. He's the one that feeds us and sustains us. But also, the vine provides structure. It provides support. Jesus provides support and structure in our lives. So he's the vine and we're the branches. And then he says, abide in me and I will abide in you. In other words, keep a daily relationship going with me. Keep your heart pure. Stay in the scriptures. Stay in prayer. Stay in worship. Remember the power of grace that keeps you. Don't think it's your power to do that, but just stay in that place of holiness and purity that he gives you, and then he'll abide in us. And then he says that we will bear much fruit. We'll bear much fruit. Well, what kind of fruit? Well, we're going to bear the fruit of godly character. We're going to start to become more and more like Jesus. We're going to have more love in our life, more peace in our life, more joy, more faithfulness. We're going to be stronger in prayer. We're going to become stronger in wisdom. We may not be where we want to be now, but as we abide in him, we will continue to grow because he nourishes us. We're going to bear fruit. Not only are we going to bear fruit in our character, but we're also going to bear fruit in what he's called us to do. We will see lives change around us. We will see great fruit in our ministries and in our lives, in our homes, in our work. So we're going to bear fruit. And then he said, apart from me, you can do nothing. Wow. Not a thing. What does he mean by that? Obviously, he wasn't talking about the things we have to do. I mean, everybody does something. Well, he was talking about things that have eternal value. Apart from Christ, we can't do anything of eternal value, and we can't do anything that is Christ exalting in our lives. We need him so that we can exalt him. We need him so that we can make an impact for eternity. Now, he wants to live in us. He does live in us if we're Christians, but he wants to live through us. I want you to think about it this way. I want you to think about the best cricket player in your part of the world. Okay, I know that's a popular sport in your part of the world. And I want you to think about who you think is the best cricket player in the world. Now here, the reality is you will probably never be as good as that person. You'll never be able to do what they do. But suppose that person came to you and said, hey, I'm going to figure out a way to get inside of you. I'm going to live inside of you, and I will play cricket through you. Well, that's what Jesus offers us. Jesus says, I will abide in you, and you'll bear much fruit. Did you know that only Jesus can live the Christian life? But he'll live the Christian life through us. Colossians chapter 1 says that it's Christ in us that is the hope of glory. And Christ is our life. My friends, abide in him, and he will abide in you. And because of that, because of Christ in you, you will bear much fruit. Until next month, grace and peace to you.